I love that. And I even caught the words a little bit more this time around. And, winning every day, winning at every game. Now, many of us know that doesn't mean always getting the most goals or the most points, right? But in every moment, in everything that we do, we can be winners. No matter the outcome, if we are open and receptive to just being in it, being alive in it. Amen? Amen, And so today I want to talk to you about that. I want to talk to you about the opportunity that is before us. And especially as I see all these children and teens and kids and toddlers and everything that's here. First of all, by the way, thank you so much, because I know you're used to going to Kids Zone, and it's a little different experience out here. And I just want to say we're very grateful that you're with us. We're really grateful that you're in the room, and we're really grateful that you are a part of Unity MBA. Are we not? What a blessing it is to have the kids with us today. And today, as I speak about the sacred yes, I also speak to all of you as you're moving into this new year of school. I know from my experience way in the back, but also my experience of just life, that not every beginning feels comfortable. And as you're stepping into a new year, there might be some excitement. There might be also some uncomfortability and some nervousness. And here we are being invited to be open to the new experiences. And I want you all to know that all of us here believe in you, know that you are meant for amazing things, and we have already witnessed the beauty that you are in the world. So carry that with you as you move into this year. Yes? Are you guys open to it? Yeah? Okay, good. And so I want to talk to you about this sacred yes. Everybody say yes. Yes. If it were only that easy, right? If it were only that easy that we would say yes to God in the same way that you're so eager and so open to saying yes when I invite you to just say yes. Everybody say yes? Yes. I love that. And when we're out in the world, are we not forgetful sometimes of just saying yes to life, saying yes to the opportunities, saying yes to the many ways in which God is seeking to be known and expressed through us as we move out into the world. And so, actually, take a moment, take a pause, and now everybody say yes. Yes. How did the yes feel within you? Good? Yeah. In that moment, when we become clear, when we become intentional about that yes, I really think that there's something within us that feels it, right? Whether we are ready to recognize that it is an opportunity before us, the moment that we say yes to whatever that opportunity is, there's something that knows that it knows that we are meant for it. And this is an invitation to recognize that. Now, when I invite you to say yes, when I invite you to live into the yes, I recognize it's the yes that moves us from a place of maybe uncomfortability, a place that pushes our boundaries, pushes our limitations. It's not necessarily saying yes to everything, because sometimes it's really being aware of where we stand, what our boundaries are, and being willing to say no as a yes to ourselves, as a yes to our health, as a yes to the ways in which we want to show up in the world, right? I'm talking about the yes that sometimes we feel it, right? Like we feel that there's something there for us, but we're a little timid about just screaming it all out, right? We're timid in walking in it. I believe that each and every one of us are one yes away from full transformation. One yes away from spiritual evolution. One yes away from not just walking this path, but taking leaps within this path. And I don't know about you, but I look at my world, whether it's, starting something new or something that may not be familiar, or even looking out into the world, I recognize that for me, it's not about being timid. It's not about the soft walk, into our good. It is about really just saying, you know what? I ain't got time. The world ain't got time. I need to say yes to God now. I need to say yes to the power that is within me now. I need to say yes to the very activity of spirit that is inviting me to not only grow and deepen, but to experience life in a new way. Here, now, is that moment, is that sacred opportunity. We are one yes away from a blessing, a miracle, from a leap in consciousness. And if we have that in mind, if we have that vision, whether it's, starting school this year, right? Like, what is your vision for what you want this year to be like at school? What is your vision for how you want to experience whatever grade you are going into? What is your vision, and I ask all of you, for what's on the other side of that timidity? What's on the other side of that uncomfortability, or just maybe some of that nervous energy, right? And we all experience it in different ways, but imagine if we could always hold within us the vision of the potential of when we say yes, when parts of us are a little nervous and want to just run away or shy away or say no. Now, as I was sitting with this idea of just saying yes to what's next, which is really what it's all about, how many of you have heard of Shonda Rhimes? Yeah. How many of you have heard of Grey's Anatomy, Bridgerton, Queen Charlotte? What else is there? There's kids in the room, so I won't mention some of them. But she's a producer. She's a really popular, famous TV producer. And when somebody mentions Shonda Rhimes, I think, that is a woman of power. That is a woman of intention. That is a woman that has seen herself in big ways, playing big in the world. And yet, she actually wrote a book quite a few years ago about a year of yes. Anybody hear of the year of yes? She was like on Oprah, she came out, and it was a birth from the fact that while I'm seeing her in the light that I'm seeing her, she actually, while she was hosting a bunch of shows, raising 3 children, she actually felt that she had been limited by her fears. And so from the outside world, she is a go-getter. And within herself, she felt limited, she felt fear, and it became very clear with her that she kept saying no to life and no to the opportunities when her sister on a Thanksgiving just turned to her and said, you never say yes anymore. You never say yes anymore. This woman that, in my view, was saying yes to all these opportunities was truly saying no to a lot of the things that she was invited into. She says that she was really scared about public speaking. She was really scared about new relationships. She was really scared about being vulnerable. And so when her sister said, you never say yes to anything, she realized that she had been saying no and that her no's had been chipping away at her joy. And I love that she said chipping away. Because sometimes we say no to the opportunity that's before us and we get it, right? That was a missed opportunity. But how many times have we said no to certain things and it's just a quiet chipping away at our joy? And then it's only when we get to a certain place in our lives that we turn around. It's like, wow, all these no's have taken something from me. And it sometimes just sort of happens, right? And so the invitation for all of you that are going into your next grade is to really invite yourself to see where you are being guided. Right? To know that whatever new opportunity, whether it's a new club, whether it's a class, whether it's a teacher that you're not sure about, that there's a divine opportunity and that everything that is within you has prepared you for this moment. And it doesn't matter if you have some fears or you're feeling uncomfortable. I mean, it matters, so own it, share it, let people know, lean on others in those moments, and all that you're maybe experiencing that is wanting to make you shy away from it doesn't have to be what keeps you from your good. And that at the end of the other side of that, there is such grace and there is such power and there is an opportunity for you to look back and be really happy that you said yes to the new opportunities. How many of us in this very room have experienced that? It's like a little fear. I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can do this, but you know that it was something that you were being led to, or it was in alignment with your purpose or in alignment with your vision. And so you stepped through the fear and you got to the other side and you were so grateful. Amen? Yeah. And so here you go. Listen to all of us. I know you can listen to your own experiences, but we've experienced it also. And we know what is possible when we move through that which maybe feels uncomfortable. And so does Shonda Rhimes, and she was able to have a year of yes, where she was really open to whatever opportunities came before her, and she was able in that way to not only say yes, but through saying yes through that year, be able to move back into her own path, not necessarily a perfect path, but a path of authenticity, a path of power, a path that she felt much more creative with, and a path of liberation. Now, I don't know about you, but I really feel that if we're in this very room, it's because we want to liberate ourselves from that which we have thought has limited us. Yes? This is about spiritual liberation. This is about recognizing that there is a power within us. This is about knowing fully that we never walk alone. We always walk with God, and through that, all things are possible. And there is this promise in life, just as Shonda Rhimes experienced, the moments that she said yes, all this creativity and all these opportunities came up for her good. We are also promised the very same thing. When we say yes to God, when we say yes to our vision, when we say yes to walking this path, creativity abounds. And so we may not know how to fully maneuver or manage through it, and there is a wisdom within us that does. There is a wisdom that created that same path, that same power, and that same way of being able to experience life in greater ways. And so she committed to a year of saying yes, and it was so much that it brought her into alignment with her soul's growth, with her purpose, that she said it was exactly the year that she took off. Now, is this a moment that each and every one of us gets to take off? Is this the moment where something that we have been dreaming of, something that we have been guided to, something that is so alive within us that we may not be so comfortable with even acknowledging, is the year that it allows us to take off? I know that we say this all the time, but this can be right here and right now, the moment where you have your best year yet. The moment that you have your best life yet. This can be the beginning of a whole new way of being for each and every one of us. Now, she did a whole year of yes. We're going to start a little small, but not small enough. I was like, okay, we're going to do a week of yes. I was like, nah, that's too small. So we're going to do a month of yes. Yes? Are you ready and willing to do a month of yes? To your highest power, to your very good, to the ways in which God right now is bringing out within you something that you already have, that the world is seeking to experience in you. And there is a mighty great power that leads us to even greater power, that leads us into greater knowing. Now, only you and God, and the God of your being, know what path you are being invited into. But don't get it wrong and don't get it twisted. It is all beautiful. Our friend Martha Creek says, your path may look different from everyone else. Make no mistake, it is sacred. And the path is always leading us to grow, to deepen. The path is always leading us to know our oneness with God more fully. And every divine promise, peace, abundance, love, clarity, it's already been affirmed by Spirit, and it's just seeking for us to say, yes, I am open to it. I am willing. And it's okay that I'm a little scared. It's okay that a few fears are coming up. It's okay that I don't feel as comfortable with it, because I know that I don't walk it alone. I know that there's something on the other side. And I know that I am meant not only to experience my greatness now, I am meant to live even greater into greater and greater and greater blessings through this path. Now, we are allowed to restart our lives at any moment. We are allowed to refocus as needed. We are allowed to reset as many times as needed. And so whatever grade that you were a part of last year, lean on it, be supported by it, and you have a new opportunity before you. The year ahead is a new opportunity. And everything that has led us to this moment, so I was thinking, it's perfect that we have all of you guys here with us, because, second grade prepares us for third grade. Third grade prepares us for fourth grade. Fourth grade prepares, and so on and so on. And just like that, we've continued in the school of life. And every experience that we've had, every relationship that we've had, has brought us to this very moment. And this is the moment where now we can be more conscious in saying yes to the vision and yes to what is next. And I realize that this is an opportunity for each and every one of us to say, yes. Sacred. Yes. Now, I've been saying no a lot lately. Or I realized a while back that I was saying no a lot lately. Everybody knows, and gosh, should I embarrass him right now? I shouldn't embarrass him. Well, I have a wonderful 12-year-old son named Lucas, as many of you know. And I asked for permission to share about this because a couple of months ago, I started realizing that I kept saying no a lot to him. You know, that there were a lot more no's than a lot more yeses. And I really sat with that. It was like, no, you can't do that. No, we cannot do that. No, you can't stay up at night. No, you can't have an iPhone. And it's still, no, you cannot have an iPhone. Especially things that he wanted to do with me sometimes that I wasn't comfortable with. Like, I know you think of me as this, sports jock. But, playing soccer doesn't come naturally to me anymore, or I just don't want to necessarily do it. But Lucas loves soccer, and he's always inviting me to play soccer with him. And I realized I kept saying no more than I kept saying yes. And so a few months back, before school was over, I had to go pick him up at school. I had to go pick you up, right? And I can't remember exactly what we were supposed to do after that, but we needed to be up north and stay up north. And I was already in my mind thinking about, like, we can go to Panera's Bread. We can go do this, like things that I wanted to do or I felt comfortable in doing. And then I was like, or I can go to the park and play soccer with him. I can say yes to Lucas. And so we ended up going to the park. I jumped over a fence to get into the soccer field. Remember that, Lucas? We kicked the ball. We played around. I ran. I sweated. I hyperventilated. I completely felt out of shape. I felt so uncomfortable, and yet I felt so connected. It was so special to me, Lucas. Lucas, I felt so loved in that moment. And I felt so much love in that moment. And I think about the fact that I can't even remember what we were supposed to do after that because it was what I said yes to in that moment that mattered. Now, how many of us are giving ourselves the opportunity for that kind of connection? How many of us are giving ourselves the opportunity to be fully present to the presence of God and the things that God has laid before us to experience God's good, to experience our own goodness in those moments? We get invited into so many opportunities that we keep ourselves from because we don't think that we're ready for it or we don't think that we're good enough for it. I've been there, and guess what? A lot of those times, I realized that it was saying yes that readied me for the moment. That I didn't have to know it all in order for me to step into learning more. That I could move beyond my comfort zone and through that become more comfortable with who I am. And I really invite all of you that are going into your next year in school to know that. You don't have to know everything about yourself right now. You don't have to feel comfortable with you in this very moment. You just have to know that there is a power within you that has already blessed the world through you, and that you can lean on that. And with a sacred yes to the opportunities before you, your life will be even more richer. And that goes for all of us, does it not? A yes doesn't always feel safe. There's a little risk involved sometimes with saying yes. Maybe the breaking through, the things that have kept us playing small doesn't feel as comfortable, but doesn't it always feel like we've come alive? And isn't that the experience of living that we are seeking to live, to feel alive? And that takes yes, God. That takes yes, opportunity. That takes yes to the potential that is at hand. That says yes to the me that is seeking to be expressed in greater ways. So, are you ready? Yes. Is this a month of yes? Yes. Is this a month of the sacred yes? Yes. Well, I want to give you 3 ways in which we are invited, and this is for all of us, into a sacred yes for this month ahead, but actually you kids have it much more going on. So this is for your whole year, okay? This is for your whole year. And the first way is to say yes to the divine guidance. So you may not know the hows of something, but you might be feeling that Spirit is tugging at you, that there is something that you are wanting to experience. And so if you feel that in meditation and prayer, if you're just being invited into something, right? Like sometimes you get invited, and how many of you go really quickly into that? Nope. Right? Like you didn't even think about it. Before the question is there, before the opportunity has been fully shared, you're like, nope. Well, what if we just take a sacred pause? Is this in alignment with my soul? Is this in alignment with the vision that I have for myself? Is this the way in which God is seeking to express through me? And then be willing then to follow that guidance. As Charles Fillmore, co-founder, says, the voice of wisdom is speaking to you at all times, but your thoughts are so noisy you cannot hear it. But I said, it's also noisy because it doesn't get in there all the time. I'm like, why are you showing up, right? Like nosy and noisy. And so to be able to take those moments of quiet and then just be willing to trust the very presence of God. Yes? All right, second one, to say yes to your growth. And that's the opportunity there. You don't have to know it all. We don't have to know it all. We simply have to trust that through the process of saying yes, resources come up. The promises that have been made to us, which is the very Christ presence within us, that is the promise, that we have everything spiritually needed to confront and be about the things of the world and the things of our lives. And you all know that Neil Donald Walsh is one of my favorites, and one of the things that I love that he says is, life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Take that in. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. And we're about what? Being alive in this world and in our life. We're no longer about sleeping through life, sleeping through the gifts that are bestowed upon us, sleeping through the experience of God. We are here to be alive. And then the third one is to say yes to the unknown. See, here's the beauty of unity. We can see that sometimes the unknown is exactly the kind of fertile ground for us to know ourselves. Get that. Sometimes the unknown is exactly what we need to be made known in the world and for us. And this is an opportunity to just lean on the faith that is within us. And the faith is one of those promises that is already within us. Christian Wyman says, faith is nothing more but how much it is than a motion of the soul towards God. That is, how many of you have heard, there's no way to describe God? Right? Like words are too limited to describe God. So there is a part of God that is unknown. And look at how beautiful it is. Look at the greatness of that. And so we don't have to be scared of the unknown because we have been proven by the very existence of God that there is grace in the unknown. And so, are you ready for the sacred yes? Yes. Are you ready for the sacred yes? Yes. So, Unity on the Bay, everybody that is here, I'm going to invite you to really declare the sacred yes today and every day, and especially this month. I invite you to stand up if you're ready for the sacred yes, for you to no longer be limited by your discomfort. You no longer be limited by thinking that you have to play it small. You no longer being limited by anything that has kept you from realizing the very presence of God is already within you, already is at you, and it is guiding you into this potential. And so, I'm going to say something, and this is a call and response, and it's on the screen. And so, as we step into new beginnings, we step with faith. As we learn and grow, we grow in spirit. As we face new challenges, we do so with courage and peace. I invite you to lift up your hands, open yourself up, open your heart, open your mind to the very activity of God that is in the potential that is this moment, and affirm with me together. Today, I say yes to my divine becoming. I am guided, uplifted, and transformed. Yes, yes, yes. Namaste, everyone. So, with that, we just wanted to build up the energy for what comes next, which is that we are going to be blessing all of the children as they move into the next school year. We're also going to bless the teachers and the administrators and all the parents. And to do that, we're going to invite Raul, who's our Youth and Family Ministry Director and Prayer Chaplain Coordinator, to come up, as well as Mari, who is our Youth and Family Ministry Coordinator. Wow.
Darvin, is that for me or for your mom? Oh, whatever. Thank you, everybody. This is an opportunity. You know, this is a sacred day. It's a day of celebration, a day of new beginning, and a day where we are, as a spiritual community, are saying yes. Yes to growth, yes to love, and yes to every unfolding journey of spirit within each and every one of us. But we are holding also our young people in our hearts. Because today we're affirming that each of these steps is a divine unfolding, guided by the presence of God, the inner Christ light within each and every one of our young people. In this ministry, we have seen some beautiful growth. And so today, beloved, we call forward those who are stepping from unitods to unikids, which is our youngest in our ministry, who are saying yes to curiosity and wonder. Those stepping from unikids to older unikids, they're beginning to explore more deeply. Those moving from unikids to uniteens, this is a sacred transition where the children begin their inner quest. And those stepping from uniteens to YOU, Youth of Unity. This is where they become bold and beautiful into their step. And finally, we honor our YOU graduates. Sorry, he's my first one. Right? Where they are now stepping into college and beyond. To each of you stepping forward today, we give you two sacred symbols. First, we give you a candle, a reminder that the light is always shining. No matter where you go, where you're at, your light shines. And never allow anything or anyone to dim it. Your Christ light is shown. And the second is a compass to remind you that God always is giving you direction, guiding you wherever you need to be. That inner voice, the gentle nudge of spirit, is always available to you. And at the end of service, I invite the children and their families to go to the back table so they can receive their certificate to remind them of this beautiful day. Beloved, as a community, we ask now our young people to step forward, to hold them in love. Each and every one of us are now becoming their prayer warriors, their cheerleaders, their mentors. Let them see in your eyes what we know in our hearts. Please, young people, come up. Our children, start coming up. Young people. I invite all of you to let them see in your eyes that you are holding them in divinity, that you are challenging them and letting them see that they are ready to be the call to God. We celebrate this moment, for it is a powerful moment in their life and in our community, Unity on the Bay. And now I invite Reverend Juan.
So just continue to come on up and come and just fill the space. This space is yours, right? And so I'm going to step down so that I can take a look at all these beautiful faces and the beautiful energy and the many ways in which not only do you carry Unity on the Bay with you, but we know and trust that you carry the very essence of God, the very power of the Christ essence in you. And I just want you all to know that each and every person that is in this room believes in you, has faith in you, and is here to support you. And so with that, as they continue to come up, I'm also going to invite then parents, and if there are any teachers or administrators in the room, to just stand so that you can also be acknowledged and blessed. And as you head into this new year, know that we know the very essence of God is with you. We know that the opportunities before you will continue to deepen you and will continue to guide you and cherish in you a love for all that is good. And so, Unity on the Bay, I just invite us to take a deep breath And together, let us bless these wonderful children and youth of unity. Children, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, we behold the Christ in you, and we see you doing great things. Unity on the Bay, not only the future of unity, but the future of humanity and the world. Let's give it up for the youth here and now.
Take the podium down. I was gonna do it.
Do you guys see all the amazing things happening in this community and the ripple effect it has out on the world, such as the youth programs, our retreats? You know how that is possible? God working through and as you, as us. And that includes when you make a donation. God is working through you. Don't pump the brakes. Say yes. Go with the feeling this afternoon, and make a donation to Unity on the Bay for all that you received and all that you will receive. Our text giving info is on the screen for you now. You can give via text, via our Unity app, or if you want an envelope, just raise your hand. I'm going to give you a few moments in sacred silence to give in gratitude this morning.